Today is Saturday, which means it is Park Run Day, and we're ticking off the first V on the Alphabeteer challenge at Victor Harbor PARKRUN. So right now we're on 5 letters and we're about to make it 4, and I'm going to be telling you everything that you need to know about this park run whilst also trying to achieve my fastest time. So let's get into it. Victor Harbor PARKRUN is located within Victor Harbor, which is about an hour and 15 minutes south of the Adelaide CBD in South Australia. Victor Harbor PARKRUN is a flat out and back run all on hard standing surface paths, so therefore I recommend wearing road shoes to this park run. There is no need for trail shoes. In terms of what time it starts, it is an 8 AM start like all of the other ones here in South Australia, and it is also good to note that it is buggy/pram friendly, it is dog friendly too, and there is a public toilet literally less than 5-minute walk from the start within the Kent Reserves. There's no complaining about the facilities here. In terms of how busy the park run is, it's not too bad at all with 185 runners on the day. However, it can get quite congested as the paths aren't too wide. So if you are looking for a PB, I'd make sure to get out near the front, but there is definitely PB potential for this course with just how flat it is and the fact that it is all on hard standing paths. So it's a pretty good one to get that. However, today the weather was really windy, and I can imagine it's like that on quite a few days of the year for park runs, so you just got to be lucky and hope that the weather on the day which you go isn't too bad. The scenery though is amazing, beautiful coastal views, and you've got Granite Island in the background too, which is amazing. So I highly recommend going to this one just because of how good it looks and the fact that it is really fast too. Before we do go any further, if you don't know what a park run is, it is essentially a free 5k run set up by a group of volunteers who both time and marshal the event. When you hit the finish, you'll be given a finish token, which will be scanned alongside your own personalised barcode, and then you sent your official finish time and position later on. And now let me take you through a quick summary of the course. So you're running along the South Australian coastline away from Granite Island to begin with, and then you'll do a U-turn at the halfway point and head your way back towards Granite Island and Kent Reserve. So it's got an elevation gain of just 2 meters and a max elevation of 5 meters. So it's pretty flat, sounds easy. However, it's the weather today that makes it difficult. So that is a quick summary of the course, but now let me take you through it in just that little bit more detail. However, with this one, I don't think there's really going to be much extra detail, to be honest, but you're going to start off here at the Kent Reserve and head your way towards the southwest and away from Granite Island. And as you make your way towards the south, you've got to look out to your left-hand side and you might see Wright Island, and it looks beautiful, especially during the sunrise. You'll then do a U-turn once you hit the public toilets around here, and again it is all on that Franklin Parade, heading your way up towards the north on paved paths. You'll now see Granite Island in the background, which again looks beautiful, and I highly recommend going on there if you do get the chance to, and then you'll end just about here, which is where you started. So to be honest, there wasn't much more detail I could give you because it is really flat, all on surface paths, and it is basically just one straight line, so you can't really go wrong. And now you know what the course looks like, let me show you some incredible park run records which have been set here at Victor Harbor PARKRUN, starting off with the fastest male, who is Tom Middleton, with a time of 14 minutes and 45 seconds. So you can just see how quick this course can be on a not windy day. The fastest female is Vanessa Wilson, again with an incredible time of 16 minutes and 56 seconds, so just breaking that 17-minute time, which is incredible. The average number of runners is around 142, so ours today was a little bit busier than usual, with an average time of 34 minutes and 51 seconds, which is actually surprisingly slow compared to what I thought the average time would be here. And now let me show you my total park run stats, starting off with the number of park runs done, which is 97, and my number of locations is 73. My best finish position is 4th set in Poland, and my fastest times range from 22:32 down to 23:09. And yet again, we've still not broken any of those times off that leaderboard since 2024, and we're getting closer and closer. So today we're going to go all out and see whether we can do it or not. And now we're barrier at the moment, which you've all been waiting for. So let's get down to event number 573 of Victor Harbor Park Run. So we're going off the grass onto the tarmacked paths, and hopefully it should be a pretty quick one with just how flat it is. It's not too congested either, which is great news. There's not too many people ahead of us, so we shouldn't get stuck behind people at the start, but we're going all out today to try and get a PB. So we're going to be setting off now. So the park run begins straight over that start/finish line. It's quite cool. They've got like almost advertisement down there where it says Victor Harbor, ATM, every Saturday start/finish line. So that is pretty cool. I feel like the UK needs to get some more park runs where they've got stuff painted and all the little bollards and stuff. It's really cool what they've got here in Australia. And I noticed they had it in Belfast too at Ormeau Park Run, which I did, which was really nice as well. But it's a great start, really come out quite quickly, running at about a 4:30 pace right now. So if you keep this up, it is PB potential. Beautiful scenes there on that left-hand side too. Amazing trees, however, it is pretty windy. It's obviously very hard to tell on camera whether it is windy or not. Just checking that I was still recording. You can see just how flat it is though. So let's see how we get on over that first half kilometre. So now we're literally running alongside the beach. Just look at how beautiful that is. I have to say the South Australian coastline has been amazing. Everywhere that we've been that's been on the coast has been white sands and blue waters. Even though it is a pretty grey day today, it still looked beautiful. So that's when you know it is a good beach. We're still running at around 4:34 right now, so pretty good pace. Remember, there's obviously going to be public there on the day too, so you're just going to have to run around them and not run straight into them. But if you are enjoying this review or you do find it useful, I'd really appreciate it if you smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. It goes a long way to supporting the channel. As I grow, I try to make the videos better and better too. So any sort of recommendations or whatever, let me know down in that comment section below. And also, if you're looking for things to do whilst you are here in Victor Harbor, I'll actually have some videos out on my main channel at Sheppy10, which shows you exactly what you can do whilst you're there. And we even visited Granite Island, which was really cool to go across and see that. But we're still doing well at the moment. It's just the wind is pushing us back a lot and I'm just getting tired pretty quickly. 1 kilometre into the run, and you can see the elevation hasn't really changed as it is now at 6 metres. Well, it's just gone down to 5 as well, but we are still doing really well. The wind is getting stronger now because there is literally no vegetation off to that left-hand side. It looks like it's just a load of rocks, which is obviously going to stop the erosion there against the side of the wall. But we're still doing pretty well, running at a pace now though of 4:40-ish, so we've slowed down just that little bit because we were struggling to push against the wind. So it looks like it might not be the PB potential today, and that is because of the weather. But there's a big gap right now between me and the people in front, so we've just got to slowly try and catch up to them, and hopefully we can get as good a time as we can today. But if you do want any more information on my split times or on the elevation and stuff like that, then I'll leave a little link to my Strava in the description below, so you can go and check that out, and that'll have all of the elevation and information for all of the park runs on this channel. 1.5 kilometres into the run now, and we're running at a pace of 4:46. So you can see that we've slowed down quite a bit right now, but when we turn around, you'll see that we speed straight back up as the wind is then behind us, which is nice. The only good thing about the wind blowing at you is it keeps you nice and cool. But just look how beautiful those views are with the beach on that left-hand side, although they could do with cleaning all the seaweed off it just to make it look extra white, but I'm guessing all the wind brings it up probably too, which isn't ideal. Right now though, I'm literally looks like I'm running on my own, but it is still going well. So hopefully if we can keep at this pace, we should be able to get under 24 minutes, and maybe it'll be pretty close to those leaderboard sort of times. But the question is, can we keep at this pace or not? 2.2k into the run. In just a moment, you'll start to begin to see people running back towards the start line on the opposite side. So make sure to stick off to the left so you don't run into the returning runners. It was a 4:46 kilometre in the end, so it was definitely a lot slower than my first kilometre, but hopefully on the way back we can pick it up again because the wind will be behind us. But still doing pretty well at the moment. Some lovely houses. I mean, the views that you must get from these houses on this right hand side must be beautiful, especially on a sunny day. And I believe you can actually whale watch as well from quite a lot of these places during the right month. So I think it's like their winter months. So if you are here during their winter months, you should definitely go and check those out. But look at those two there, first and second position, flying right now. So hopefully we can just keep at this pace and get as good a time as we can. And there it is in the distance. It is the U-turn. Now you've got the choice. You can go around the flag or not go around the flag. I chose to go around the flag because I didn't want it to be quite as tight a U-turn as just sort of turning on the path. But obviously feel free to just sort of step and then keep going again. But for me, like I said, it was easier just to go around so that you weren't slowing down quite as much. But you can now see all the people that are heading their way towards their U-turn, and then they'll be heading back too. But in the distance, in a moment, you'll be able to see the beautiful granite island. 3 kilometers into the run now and just 2 kilometers to go. So the last one was done in a time of 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So we have sped up slightly, but we have now got the wind in behind us, which is what we like to see. Granite Island just there in the background on the right hand side is probably just below my head in the corner. You can't see it obviously right now because of the trees. But now let's just keep at it and see if we can get under that 24-minute time. 3.5 kilometers into the run, and here comes someone on our right hand side as they overtake us too. Got a couple of the park walkers there on the right too, and we'll see the tail walker in just a second. Getting better views of Granite Island now, so that is nice to see. And I am actually thinking of getting a running watch soon, so hopefully the stats in that bottom right hand corner will be more accurate, because right now it's saying that we're at -1 elevation, so I don't think we are underground by the looks of it. I can still see the sea on the right hand side is a little bit lower, so hopefully the watch will be a little bit better with the elevation and the paces too, because the paces sort of fluctuate quite a lot, but we'll have to see. Beautiful beaches too, so I definitely recommend walking along the beach if you didn't want to do the park run, and I definitely recommend coming to Victor Harbor if you do go to South Australia. 4 kilometers down and 1 kilometer to go. So we ran that last one at 4:49. So we are slowing, but I did go all out at the start. So I expected to slow if I wasn't going to be able to get my best time today. I've also noticed that quite a lot of these ones in South Australia are going to be quite windy. So we had Moana Park Run from a couple of weeks ago. West Beach, I think that was another one that was really windy too. And now we've got Victor Harbor, which is by the beach too, and it has been really windy again. So I don't know whether it's just you're unlucky or whether it is quite a windy state. Someone will have to let us know down in that comment section below. And by windy, I mean as in wind coming from the sea, not from people's bottoms. But we are almost there, just 800 meters left of this run to see what time we're going to get. But it's still looking pretty good. Probably one of my fastest times since being in Australia. So not long left to go, about 500 meters, and right now it feels like I'm running on my own because there wasn't actually that many people towards the front, but we'll have to see what position we do get. Granite Island's just on the right hand side over there ahead of us, and then you can obviously see this is the bit towards the end. So we're heading towards Kent Reserve and to that finish line. And with the finish line just in the distance right now, we begin to pick up the pace. You can see the 2 flags over there, which are going to wade us into the finish. Can we get under the 23.5 maybe? It looks like we're just going to miss out, unfortunately. So we're going to cut off onto this grass section, and we're going to get a time of 23 minutes and 35 seconds, and we got given a position of 16th, so not too bad at all, and it's actually my second fastest time in Australia, so I am buzzing about it. Slowly and steadily we are getting quicker and quicker, and once I get back onto that leaderboard it will be amazing, because I've not been able to do that since 2024, so that will be incredible. But now it's time for us to sit down, have a relax, and then we'll go out exploring Victor Harbor. But I'm about to take you through a summary of the Victor Harbor Park Run. Victor Harbor Park Run complete, ticking off the first V on the alphabet challenge, which means there's only 4 letters left remaining, which you can see down here at the bottom. And let me know down in the comment section below whether you recommend any beginning with those names, and then hopefully I can get to that park run and tick all of the letters off by the end of the year. But we're gonna have to see whether we can do that or not. But in terms of the park run, whether you're gonna get a PB or not, I'd say this is a really good one for getting a PB. However, today it was very windy, which made it really hard. But if there was no wind at all, it's literally basically a flat track out, and then you do the U-turn, which slows you down, and then a flat track back, and that is it. So I highly recommend this one if you are looking for a fast time. The scenery was beautiful too. I mean, you can't ask for much more. White sandy beaches, blue waters, you get to see beautiful islands in the background, and an amazing sunrise too if you're up early enough. But unfortunately for us, it was pretty grey skies today, so I can imagine it looking even nicer with blue skies and sun. And I'd also like to say a massive thank you to all of the volunteers who were there on the day supporting us, timing, marshalling, whatever they were doing, because without them these park runs could not go ahead. So a big thank you to all of them. But now, as we always do, I'm going to take you through a couple of the pinch points. So these are the points which are going to slow you down and stop you from getting your PB at this park run. And obviously this one's a quick one, so there isn't going to be many. So pinch point number 1 is obviously going to be the wind. The wind slowed you down loads in this one, so hopefully if you go it won't be quite as windy. And then pinch point number 2 is going to be the U-turn, where you probably lose maybe 1, maybe 2 seconds if that. So that's obviously going to slow you down and take a couple of seconds off your time. But apart from that, there is no other one, because it wasn't too congested at the start and there was no hills at all. So can't really complain about this one. And they are the 2 pinch points which I recommend. But if you do have any of your own, do make sure to let us know down in the comment section below, and I'll pin you up to the top so that everyone else can see. But now let me take you through a couple of tips and tricks on how to get to this park run and where to go for that all-important post-park run coffee and cake. Starting off with public transport, as we always do. Well, there are no trains, there's no tram, and there's no bus to get you there on time. So unfortunately, in terms of public transport, there is no option, so you're going to have to drive to this park run. However, in terms of parking, there is plenty. So there's loads along Kent Drive, there's some around the Kent Reserve too, and along Franklin Parade. So you've got plenty of places where you can park your car, but maybe try and do some car shares so that it doesn't get too busy. And then the cafe which they all go to after the park run has finished, I believe, is called the Yilkey Store, and it's about a 15-minute walk from the start. It's probably about the halfway point of the park run, so you can go and join everyone there for a coffee and cake. So those are all of my tips and tricks, and if you have any of your own, do make sure to let me know again down in that comment section below. But now we're going to take a look at my after run stats, where not much has changed apart from the number of park runs increases to 98, which means we are just 2 off 100 park runs, and my number of locations increases to 74, with my best finish position and all of my fastest time staying exactly the same as they were at the start of this video, unfortunately. But we are getting closer to them, so I'm hoping to knock one of them off very shortly. So I do hope you all enjoyed this review of Victor Harbor Park Run, and if you did, I'd really appreciate it if you smash that like button and subscribed if you are new, as 80% of you who are watching right now are not subscribed. So let's see if we can try and make that number shorter, because I put loads of effort into making these videos, and all I'd like you to do is hit that subscribe button and like button, and it would mean a lot. But if you did enjoy this one, I'd highly recommend checking out last week's park run, which was over at Westerfolds Park Run in Victoria, and it was the first park run that we've ever done in Victoria, so that was really cool to see, and it was quite a difficult one, especially compared to the one which we did today. Or you can go and check out all of my other park runs in the worldwide park run playlist, which has them from all over the world, including Europe, Asia and Australia too. Next week though, we're heading over to Ansty Hill Recreation Park Run, which is apparently the third hardest park run in Australia. So that one is going to be a crazy one and you're not going to want to miss that. So I'll see you all there next week with another park run.